for this video we are in a federal gunship and we are trying out a alternative to a ship variant I've already got. I mentioned it in the last video. I had a fer de lance with a loadout that did that, and it's also very similar to this one. So let's take a look at it. Now, I'll say right from the get-go, I'm not a big fan of the Fed gunship. It's far too slow. It's a combat-specific ship which has greater manoeuvrability whilst in supercruise than it does in normal flight. Shields are okay, armour is great, but I would rather not have to rely on armour. Yeah, it's a real, at best, a real mixed bag. Anyway, so core internals, none of this is going to surprise you. So military grade composite armour, and again I clicked the wrong fucking button. And this has had grade 5 blast resistant engineering done with layered plating experimental. The power plant has had grade 5 overcharging with thermal spread, which is what just about every ship I have has had there. Thrusters, and again no surprise, grade 5 dirty drive tuning with drag drives. Even less of a surprise with this one. Frameshift drive, grade 5, increased range with mass manager. The life support has been reinforced rather than lightweight. Combat specific. I figured what the fuck. Let's just sort that out a bit. Power distributor as weapons focused, grade 5 with cluster capacitors, and the sensors are lightweight modded. Then when it comes to optional internals, so we have the class 6 prismatic shield generator, which has grade 5 thermal resistant mod with low draw experimental. That was necessary. It looks like I've got a decent amount of power left, about 1.2, no actually 1. Yeah, that much anyway. And but no, it's not enough. If I put a high cap on, I'd be using too much. I don't like having modules with the power cut from them, so I just went with the low draw rather than having any module not running properly. 6A fuel scoop, which has not been modded. 5A shield cell bank, which has grade 4 specialised mod with boss cells. Class 4 Guardian Shield Reinforcement Package, 2 Class 4 Hull Reinforcement Packages, those 3 are in military compartments. Hull Reinforcement, the first one has grade 5 kinetic resistance with layered plating. The second has thermal resistance reinforcement, grade 5, again with layered plating. Class 2 frameshift drive interdictor, that's not been modded. Class 2 Guardian frameshift drive booster. I mean, the jump range is only 20, was just shy of 24.5, so it's not brilliant. This is the slowest ship I have, and it has the shortest jump range of any ship I have. Those are not very good stats. And finally, in the optional internal, detailed surface scanner, and no surprise, grade 5 expanded probe scanning radius. Not that this is an exploration ship. With the utility mounts, there aren't very many of them, and it shouldn't really surprise you what I've got. So heatsink launcher with the heatsink ammo capacity mod. The shield boosters, this one has resistance augmented with force block. I think they all have force block experimental. This one is a heavy duty, and I think the first one is also heavy duty. Yeah. And yeah, they all have force block because my kinetic resistance is not that brilliant. Now the result of all those particular mods are that yeah, jump range is crap. Shield health 1052, which is just about okay. I would obviously prefer it to be a lot better, but that's what it is. I'm also not that keen on the resistances that it has. Kinetic resistance of 43 is a bit low for my liking. Thermal resistance 49, shield explosive resistance 58. I'd like them all to be higher, but that's what they are. That's why, you know, it's the result of only having 3 shield cell boosters. As far as armor goes, armor health 1909, kinetic resistance of 30, thermal resistance of 35, explosive resistance of 13. So kinetic and thermal resistances are okay. Explosive resistance is, I think, a bit too low for it to really be any use. So yeah, its defences are not brilliant. And then, of course, the main thing then is the hard points. So it is a railgun tank, but it also has 3 beam lasers fitted, 1 class 3 and 2 class 1s. They all have efficient weapon with thermal vent. Though, as you are about to find out, because I've already recorded the actual combat, I take this to a hazardous resource extraction site. As you're about to find out, they're not that effective at cooling it down. I mean, I never overheat, but nevertheless, compared to most of my other ships that you know, use beam lasers to cool it down, it really doesn't work well at all. Then with the railgun, again, they all have the same mod. So they all have lightweight mount with super penetrator experimental. The only reason I chose lightweight mount is because it's the only one that, to me, does any good. So we got improved power draw, improved distributed draw, and improved thermal load. So it doesn't add anything more as far as damage goes. But with the experimental here, so the munition is capable of penetrating and damaging all modules along its trajectory. So it will damage modules as well as hull, even though I haven't actually, you know, I rarely bother targeting any modules, you know, within the sub-targets of the ship I'm attacking. So that's okay. The drawback with this is increased reload times, but you have a look at it. The reload time goes up from 1 second to 1.5 seconds. I can wait that extra half second, you know. So that is the loadout. And yes, as I say, I've already been to the conflict zone, not conflict zone, hazardous resource extraction site. So I guess it's now time for a bit of a jump cut, and you see just how good it is. Okay, so here we are in the Federal Gunship, a combat specific ship that is more manoeuvrable in supercruise than it is in regular flight. Try figuring that one out. So the observant among you may have noticed that I recorded this before I've recorded the intro, but that's because you never know what you're going to get in hazardous resource extraction sites. It could be worth doing, it could be a fucking pile of shit, so this is just going to be, well, I'm recording this now, and then once I've actually found stuff worthwhile. This doesn't even look like it's in the ring. But if it's worth doing, then yeah, I'll save it and then I'll record the intro. Hazardous resource extraction site that is nowhere near any fucking resources. Unless there is a very dark ring there. Right, well, we have a fer de lance. Let's see if that is wanted. Around here, I expect most ships to be wanted. It's a federal agent, so he's not going to be. Where this cunt? Imperial Clipper. I'll have a bit of you if you're wanted. Don't be in a wing, you're not. Right, okay. Let's go and sort this cunt out. So now we get an idea of how effective this railgun tank is. And how awful this ship's speed is. Right, so I caught his attention anyway.
Under attack.
That didn't seem to do a great deal. Yeah, a clipper ramming me is not going to have much in the way of success. My hull is extremely strong. Oh, how could I fucking miss from there? Dead. And my aim with fixed weapons has improved, but it's still not fucking great. Shields are back online. Making rather more of a meal of this than I thought, but there we go, he's cunts down. There's another fer de lance in the area. It's not exactly close by, but this looks promising. Yeah. Okay, well, I'll be you. Now this fucker is a lot more manoeuvrable than this ship. This ship, I mean, is a lot smaller than Anaconda, but its speed is slower and its manoeuvrability is worse. Combine that with the fact that its shields are clearly nowhere near as good, and you've got a ship that really isn't all that. Just caught that.
Scan detected.
What you can see is that, yeah, okay, they do a reasonable amount of damage, but the railguns are clearly nowhere near as effective as the plasma accelerator tank. Because I now have about 4 ships that are outfitted like that. I've got 2 ships that are outfitted like this, the second one being the fer de lance.
Under attack.
I just can't fucking get the aim right. 9%. It's almost not worth using the railguns again, because yeah, he's now down. Oh, come on, let's have a wanted Type 7. Come on. Looks like old Vorjak there is getting his ass kicked. Oh, you cunt. What ships are Vorjak's in a fucking Imperial Eagle. And here we go, see the fucking most powerful ship out here now is a fucking Cobra. I mean, it is a pirate, he's going to be wanted, but I think he's in a wing. A wing of two somewhat manoeuvrable ships. Yeah, one Cobra and one Eagle. Oh, let's get a bit closer to the resource extraction site. Well, that's pretty close to it, and still fuck all here. So I'll probably jump cut now and do that and that, and we'll see. You know, if something shows up, we'll come back to it. Alright, deadly Federal assault ship. Again, not brilliant, but it'll do. If I can fucking reach the cunt. Oh, this ship is so fucking slow. I still can't catch his attention to get him to turn round. Right, here we go. Right, that's caught him. Let's see if he will now actually turn around and come after me. Yes, he will. Let's see how we do against this cunt.
Scan detected. Under attack. Warning. Thermal attack. Gaining heat.
Alright, done. Fucking missed again. See, I caught him, but I didn't do a lot of damage. So the trouble is, the shields on the Federal assault ship are not brilliant, but the bulkhead armour certainly is. Fucking missed there. So now I've got a fucking Eagle and a Cobra firing on me. I mean, they're probably not going to do a lot on their own, but together, shield cell bank time.
Target shields offline. Under attack. Heat sink deployed.
Down to 17, but it's still not enough.
Under attack.
Now down to 5. So I mean, yeah, okay, I can take out pirates, but yeah, they're not great. This is not what I would call a good ship loadout. I mean, I'll keep it because it has its uses, I mean, he's making pretty short work of this, you know, resource extraction site, but then again, it does help that I haven't really had anything of any real value here, or any real difficulty either.
Target destroyed.
Alright, so this is the cunt who was in the wing with that eagle that I just took out. And a cobra is fuck all nothing. He's taking on another eagle. So yeah, he's going for the real tough ones. And now he's fucking running away. Well, there's no way I'm going to catch him in this fucking thing. Although that helped.
Target destroyed.
Another eagle. It's just not fucking worth it. Quite a few materials, but I can't be asked. I am pretty low, well, by my standards, I'm very low on materials, but I just can't be bothered to go after them. Alright, another jump cut then until something else comes along that's actually worth taking on. Right, expert Python. I mean, being an expert, it's not going to be the most difficult I've ever encountered, but still. I'm actually keep it in my sights, there we go.
Shields offline. Warning. Temperature critical.
Oops. It would help if I put some power to the weapons. Fucking missed again. Now, see, if I had the plasma slug experimental, I would now be dead because I would have used all my fuel up. In fact, I would have fucking died a while ago. So yeah, plasma slug definitely not a good idea if you're going to fit a lot of railguns or plasma accelerators. And also, you may have noticed that the old thermal vent on my beam lasers here are not very effective. Anyway, that's that cut down. Still firing away. There we go. Keel back. Oh, I can't be wanted. Okay, next jump cut. Master Asp Explorer.
Under attack. Target shields offline.
Yeah, I think it's because, fucking hell, because I was doing so well with the plasma accelerator gun, or tank, I think I rather had my hopes a bit too high for this. It's just, we're certainly nowhere near as effective as the plasma accelerator tank, so if you are thinking of a loadout with either railguns or plasmas, I would definitely go with plasmas. Obviously, oh, this could be good, especially as my shields are fucking terrible at the moment. He's only a master, he is wanted, so we'll have a bit of him, but let's boost my shields while I still can before he gets here. But yeah, the problem is that because all of my weapons are well, all of my railguns anyway are class 2.
Scan detected.
That's what I've got.
Under attack.
He's launched a ship launch fighter. Yeah, because the railguns are class 2, they are all going to have the damage penalty against ship hull.
Target shields.
So now they are not going to be anywhere near as effective against this thing as my plasma accelerator was, because they had, well, I had a class 3 and a class 4 along with the 2 class 2s, so I was able to do far more damage than I am here. Although that said, I mean, I'm not doing too badly against this fucker. I took him out far quicker than I thought I would.
Under attack.
Who's Keith Bramley? Fed dropship. What about this Fed gunship? Oh, are they in a fucking wing? It looks like it. I don't fancy taking on any wings. Oh, okay, right. I only just caught him, and he's got a fucking ship launch fighter as well, the cunt. Shield cell bank. I've got one more shield cell bank after this. Looks like he's got the same idea. Except his didn't work very well.
Impulse attack. Trajectory disruption.
Hopefully I can take out this cunt fairly quick, and then take on that. It was either a Fed dropship or assault ship. I think it was Fed dropship. Oh, fuck it, how could I miss from here? Right, I'm going to have to take some internal damage. Oh, no, okay, that is my last... okay, he's down. So, yeah, I have used my last...
Under attack. Target destroyed.
shield cell bank. So, shields are not doing very well at all. Okay, well, he's clean. I mean, shields are 1052, which isn't brilliant, and resistances aren't that great either, largely due to the fact that, by my standards anyway, they I haven't got much in the way of boosters or anything like that.
Scan detected.
This is a fucking Imperial Eagle. He seems hardly worth it. But oh well.
Under attack.
I'm in one of the few ships that actually pitches slower than the Imperial Eagle does.
Target shields offline.
The Imperial Eagle has great straight line speed, but that's about all it does well. There you go, that's that cut down.
Target destroyed.
Fucking proto-radiolic alloys there. That's from that Anaconda I took out. I could do with those. Let's go and get them at least.
Cargo scope deployed.
Okay, another jump cut, and we'll be back when another ship arrives. If another ship arrives. Another ship has arrived. He's in a wing of 3. It's an Anaconda. What are the 2 others with him? Fucking Cobra. That's the other one. Another Cobra. I'm really not in any state to take on an entire wing.
Scan detected.
So So what I'm going to do is hang around these cunts like a bad smell, and hopefully something else will come along which will distract his wing, and then we can see, you know, see if we can take out the anaconda while the while his wing vessels are. Yeah, see, he's gone straight for that Asp Explorer that's just turned up. So fucking anaconda, which is such a slow ship, he's leaving me for dust. In terms of speed, this thing is fucking useless. I mean, alright, it's an okay, it'll probably be okay in a combat zone, or a conflict zone rather. But around here, it's, yeah. Oh, fuck it, that's, another one buggered off. He's now going to turn around and just fucking scan me again. Even though he already knows what I've got. My shields are still far too low. If they go up to something into the third ring, then yeah, I'll take him on. But at the moment, with the shields like this, and I have no shield cell banks left, I ain't doing it yet. So, right, jump cut, and we'll see if something shows up in the meantime. So we have an Imperial Clipper, which is also in a wing. I'm guessing there'll be two Eagles, yes. Now, I've got that fucking anaconda chasing after me. There he is. Now if he sees this, yeah, and he has, he's now turned around, he's heading towards them. Now if these fuckers decide to take each other on, oh, he's fucking off, the cunt. Right, well, the two Eagles are novices. My shields have improved. So, here we go.
Target shields offline.
I do enjoy destroying Imperial guys. And I like them, they're great ships, but I like blowing up NPC versions of them as well. Alright, that's him down. The Eagles, especially as they're both novices, will be no trouble at all. And I suspect once I've destroyed one, the other one will just fucking run.
Target destroyed.
But he hasn't decided to run.
Offline.
Well, he's not yet. But he's carrying on and going. Oh no, he's turning around. He is coming back for us. Well, he's brave, but also fucking stupid. Alright, what about this Asus Scout? He's dangerous. He's fucking clean. What do we got in IO materials here? Fuck all. In fact, there's now fuck all in our ships as well. Right, another jump cut. I'm not sure how many more there are to come before I've had enough and pissing off. That's what I got. I've got over 1 million. I mean, I've only got 8 shots left of the rail guns, so if another ship comes along, that will probably be the last one I face. Yeah, so Yeah, I just see that. Let's see what's going on over here. How much more fucking fag ash am I going to get over me today? Another ship's just come in range. Imperial Eagle. Fuck off. This is not looking promising. Proxy mine. Okay. What we got here? Oh, Imperial Courier. Well, he must have been taking on, or whatever he was taking on has fucking disappeared. Imperial Courier, Imperial Eagle, and a Diamondback Scout. Well, Imperial Couriers are pretty fucking nimble. So, I mean, not the greatest challenge I'm going to face, but let's have a look. And even if they weren't that nimble, and, you know, there's certainly far more manoeuvrable ships out there, he's a damn sight more manoeuvrable than this fucking thing I'm in.
Target shields offline.
Well, that was challenging. Only other ship in the area now is a fucking, yeah, it's that Imperial Eagle. Let's get closer to the extraction site locale. Okay, next jump cut. Okay, deadly fed dropship. Well, over to you. This is probably going to be the last ship I take out because, yeah, my aim is improving, but it's still not great. I'll probably use up all 8 shots just to try and take out this. Yeah. Certainly caught his attention. Using his fucking shield cell bank.
Target shields offline.
What good he did. Oh, fucking missed. Yeah, I've really got the ammo to fucking afford to miss, haven't I? Couldn't miss then. Alright, next shot is my last shot with these railguns. Only just fucking caught him. Right.
Target shields online. Target shields offline.
Shields down again. Getting anywhere. It doesn't help that I
Incoming mission critical message.
don't have any railguns left out of ammo. And he keeps using his fucking chaff. Let's deselect him. Can't fucking miss him from there, but no fucking ammo.
Under attack.
His fucking shield's back online again. That's how long it's taking me to sort this cunt out. down to 4% now. Come on, stop this fart arsing around. There we go.
Target destroyed.
Low temperature diamonds, but they're illegal. Yeah. Well, there we go. That then is the Fed dropship railgun tank. It's not great. It's not awful. I mean, there are far worse ships you can have. But yeah, very slow. Maneuverability is not much cop. So those last three I'll take. Yeah, maneuverability is not much cop, to put it mildly. Its shields are reasonable, but nothing fantastic, and that's yeah, that's that. That's even taking into account the fact that I'm using prismatics on this thing. Okay, they are only class 6. Well, I say only, it's not as if class 6 is small. But I've only got 3 shield boosters, and I'm used to having far more shield boosters fitted than that. Let's head back to docking station. Docked it there, around RAR 2.
Cargo scoop retracted.
And in terms of the weapons loadout,
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
it's easier to aim railguns. That's one thing they have in their favour. Yeah, over plasma accelerators. But in every other way, oh, and it's also cheaper to resupply, rearm them. But in every other way, the plasma accelerators are definitely the better weapon to have. They do more damage. You get more ammunition. If you're carrying 4, whether it be railguns or plasma accelerators, I wouldn't bother with plasma slug. In that somewhat short time, I would have run out of ammo twice if I had the, in fact more than that, I would have run out of ammo I think about 4 times if I had plasma slug. It's just not fucking worth it. Plasma slug's fine if you've got just 1, maybe 2. More than that, forget it. It's an awful choice. And and also the thermal vent on the beam lasers weren't being that effective. At least it certainly didn't seem like it to me. So yeah, interesting experiment, I guess, but I think really I'd have to say it was a bit of a failure. I'll keep the ship. I may even end up replacing the railguns with plasmas and then giving it another try. But yeah, railgun tank, mixed results. Maybe if I try it in a conflict zone, it will do better there. Although of course in a conflict zone it's going to be going up against ships with much better shields and much better armour. So so I mean I'll give it a go anyway. We'll see how it works in the conflict zone. But yeah, not terrible. But if you saw my last video, okay, the last ship I was in a fucking Anaconda, so much more powerful. But it also showed that the weapons loadout with the plasma accelerators works a lot better. The other thing, of course, is that if you're using railguns, it doesn't matter what ship you've fitted them to, you are going to have I've got some cunt right close behind me, so yeah, I had to slow down. Fucking Diamondback. But yeah, it doesn't matter what ship you've fitted railguns to. If you're going to take on large ships, you've got the damage penalty against the hull, and that damage penalty is 30%. So it's not an inconsequential amount. So 26,000 all in. That's all shield cell banks used, all heat sinks used, and obviously all railguns used. So it's a lot cheaper to resupply it than the plasma loadout. Next to fuck all there. And 1.2 million. I've had better, but I've had worse. There you go. So Fed Gunship railgun tank. Let's just say the jury's still out on this one. Alright, that's it. I've now got to record the intro to this vid. And in the meantime, go away.